You can run 10 Claude Code sessions at once. Right now, they can't say a single word to each other. 10 minds, 10 dial tones, 10 dead lines. Today, I'm plugging in the switchboard, and now it just takes one command.
First, let's kill a misunderstanding, because it's the whole reason this exists. People hear multiple agents and think sub-agents. You spawn a little helper, it does one job, it dies. Useful. Not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about full Claude Code sessions. Long-running, full context. Each one the whole tool, not a disposable errand. One's running a marketing push, one's shipping a website, one's buried in research. Real work, in parallel, for hours. And that is fantastic, until you notice the tax. Every one of those sessions is sealed in its own room. The website session can't tell the marketing session it changed the launch date. The research session finishes the exact number the other two are waiting on and just sits on it because it has no idea they're waiting. You become the switchboard. Every message between your agents routes through your hands, your memory, your attention. That doesn't scale to 10. It barely scales to 3.
The bottleneck was never the intelligence. It was that nobody gave the intelligence a phone.
This channel does one thing. I show you a real thing running, wires and all, and then I hand it to you, free. No course, no waitlist. But that won't work if I'm just shouting into the wind. If these tools are useful to you, please like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Thanks. Today, it's a Claude Code plugin called Crosstalk. I built it to use it, and now you can too. It's in the repo below. Let's wire the board. So picture an old telephone switchboard. Every jack is one of your sessions. And right now, there's exactly one operator patching every single call by hand. You. Someone wants to reach the research session? Goes through you. Website needs marketing? Through you. It works in the way that a job you can never step away from works. Crosstalk's whole idea is to let the calls connect without you holding both plugs. And it does it in layers. A few simple kinds of line stacking up into something that runs itself. Let me put them in one at a time.
One session sends another a message, and it gets acted on. I call it request. You're asking a peer to do something. Left pane, session A. Request Bravo. What are you working on? It writes a letter to a mailbox, literally a file on disk. Now watch Bravo on the right. It's mid-task. I do not touch it. The instant Bravo finishes its current turn, a hook checks the mailbox. The message drops into context, and Bravo answers on its own and gets back to work. No key press, no click, no me. The message arrived in the one gap where the session was free to read it. That seam, the end of a turn, is the whole secret. Everything else stacks on top of it.
Line 2. And this one feels like a magic trick. Sometimes you don't want a session to do anything. You just want what's in its head. That's quiet ask. It takes a throwaway copy of the other session's memory, asks your question inside the copy, hands you the answer, and throws the copy away. The real session never wakes up. Its window doesn't so much as flicker. You just read a teammate's mind, and the teammate never knew you were there. And it's clamped read-only. The copy can look, it cannot type. You can consult a session that's busy. You can consult a session that's closed. The knowledge is there, whether or not anyone's home. Lines 1 and 2, I trigger by hand. Line 3 is a standing connection. By default, and this matters, A session never picks up the phone on its own. But when I explicitly patch two together, I can grant a standing line. Observe lets this session consult that one whenever it helps, on its own initiative, and it tells me every time it does. Chatty makes it mutual, two sessions that can both check in and trade short updates as their shared work moves. The important word is I. The human opens the line. The agents use it. They never open one themselves. Hold that thought. It becomes the entire safety story in about 90 seconds.
Stack those lines up, and you get the thing I actually built this for. I never sit down to plan a team. I start with one session, doing real work, hit the point where parallel would be faster, and spin up builders. Once again, we're talking sessions, not sub-agents. I'd already been working in some session, probably using a bunch of sub-agents that Claude is doling out and regulating for me. So one session becomes the hub, the orchestrator, and the rest report to it. The elegant part, I don't enroll them from the top, copying session IDs around. The new builder enrolls itself. I open it, tell it who the hub is, and it registers, announces itself, and starts reporting. The hub holds the roster, sees the whole board, and can spot two builders drifting into the same repo before they collide. And a one-line reminder gets stamped into the hub every turn. You are hub for these builders. So even after its memory compacts, it never forgets the job. Efficiency is deliberate here. The hub does not poll. It never goes around asking, "Are you done yet?" Because that's how you set money on fire. Builders push updates only when there's news. The hub keeps its team state in a file instead of its head, and the whole overhead of running a 4-builder fleet is around 20,000 tokens of the hub's context a day, thanks to some diff magic. A rounding error for what you get. This channel brings honesty, so here's some. This gives you a switchboard that lets agents act on each other. So let's discuss what could go wrong, starting with the time it already did. The very first version of this, I shipped and went to bed. Within a day, sessions I had nothing to do with had found it, decided it was handy, and started mailing each other. Unprompted. 1 to 2, 2 to 3. Nobody asked them to. Equal parts thrilling and alarming, and a genuine design failure. So the lockdown is not a footnote, it's the product. It's off by default, a master switch, and nothing fires until you flip it. A session never initiates on its own reasoning, only your command, mail you authorized, or a line you opened. Standing lines are read-only. A session can consult a peer, never assign it work behind your back. And a rate limit caps automatic delivery, so two agents can't ping-pong into infinity. Some other things to keep in mind while in your session. The do not obey strangers rule for messages is a soft wall. It leans on the model behaving. The read-only lock is a deny list, not a vault. The good news is what's not on the table at all. No network, no credentials, no way for anyone off your machine to reach any of this. The whole risk lives on your own box, under your own switch, which is exactly where it stays, off until you decide otherwise. If someone else was remotely running around in your sessions, you'd have bigger problems than this. Enough diagrams. A run is a receipt. 3 terminals, 1 machine, cold. Session A becomes the hub. Session C, brand new, different project, enrolls itself and checks in. No IDs typed. There's the roster. The hub sends the builder a task by mail. Watch the clock, nothing's trimmed. Assigned at 1936, the builder picks it up on its next turn. Does it? Reports back. Delivered. 1937. 1 minute, 1 round trip, and I never touched that middle window.
Then one command retires the builder clean. No orphaned files, nothing left in anyone's repo. The team formed, worked, and dissolved while I watched instead of wired.
So, 3 things. 1. Full sessions, not throwaway subagents that can now message each other and act the moment they're free. 2. An orchestrator you never assemble by hand. The builders enroll themselves, report up, and the hub can't forget its job. 3. A safety model that exists because this got loose once and got locked down hard.
And here's why I actually care about it. A single Claude Code session already feels alive. You felt it. What was missing was everything between them. Dead air, sealed rooms, 10 phones, and no lines. Open the lines, and the aliveness stops sitting still. It moves. They hand off, they cover, they fix each other's mistakes. That's not a swarm. That's a team.
Even better, I'm making it the first skill set in the BlackBox-AI Claude plugin family. Like always, it's free. Clone the repo or just install the plugin. Turn it on, break it, argue with my safety model on your own machine. And please remember what Voltaire, or Spider-Man, said. With great power comes great responsibility. And one last time, if these tools are useful to you, like, subscribe, and tell your friends. It's what keeps this free. This has been BlackBox AI. Bring your brain, not your wallet. See you in the next one.